Now the fifth one is potassium, sodium, magnesium and other elements are involved directly in the metabolism of the plant. So potassium, sodium and magnesium, they are the activation point, or you can say elements which enhance the metabolism of the plant, means makes and regulate fast metabolism, like their growth, their development, their reproduction, their production of food. All these are being very fastly be done with the help of the potassium, sodium and magnesium in the plants. Potassium element increase the quality of fruits and vegetables also. If the plant is getting potassium in a proper manner, then there will be a very good fruits and vegetables also being found. A very good quality of fruits and vegetable would be found. Now, the essential mineral elements in plant based on their quantitative requirements, they have been divided into macronutrients and micronutrients. Depending upon the quantity of essential elements required by plant, these elements are categorized into two, macro and micro. Macronutrients are required in large quantities. They are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, calcium, potassium and magnesium. And micronutrients are very required in very small quantity by the plant. They are also called trace elements like iron, manganese, copper, boron, zinc, molybdenum, chlorine and nickel. So the elements which they need in a large quantity, that are macronutrients, and the minerals which they need in a very little bit, they are known as microminerals. So phosphorus, carbon, sodium, nitrogen, potassium, silicon, magnesium, hydrogen, calcium, oxygen, selenium, sulfur, these they need in a very large amount, because these help them for their proper growth, a good development and in a better reproduction. Through this we can get a good quality of fruits and vegetables also. And the micro minerals like iron, boron, nickel, zinc, copper, cobalt, chlorine, these they need in a small amount because they are not that much helpful in the growth. Now comes role of macro and micronutrients. So the first role is permeability of cell membrane. Essential elements take part in permeability of cell membrane means that they work like a sieve, which is good for the plant and which is not good for the plant. They sieve out it through their permeable cell membrane. Maintenance of osmotic concentration of cell sap means which kind of particles should move on from higher concentration to the lower concentration, they maintain with the help of macro and micronutrients. Components of protoplasm, nucleic acid, cell wall. These macro and micronutrients help to build up the protoplasm, nucleic acid and cell wall of the plant. These macro and micronutrients help in the protein synthesis, photosynthesis and respiration also. With the help of these nutrients, they do the photosynthesis, protein synthesis and respiration. Opening and closing of stomata, growth and reproduction. All these are being based on this macro and micronutrients. So in this, deficiency of essential elements produces deficiency symptoms or disorder. Some minerals and their deficiency disease are summarized in the following table. Now you can see this, there is a table. So macro and micronutrients are very much necessary for the plant because they help in their growth and reproduction, opening and closing of stomata, protein synthesis, photosynthesis, respiration, building of protoplasm, nucleic acid, cell wall, maintenance of osmotic concentration and the making of permeability of cell membrane. Now if there is deficiency of these elements, what will happen to the plant and what the symptom they will show? First, nitrogen. Constituent of protein and nucleic acid. If there is the deficiency of nitrogen, poor growth, small leaves, delayed flowering, purple spot on leaves, yellowing of old leaves. Means if the plant is not getting in a proper manner nitrogen, there will be a very poor growth of the plant, small leaves will be coming out, flower will be opening in a very month ago, there will be all over purple spots found on the leaves and the leaves will get yellow very fast. Sulfur, it has the constituent of some proteins, enzyme, vitamins and chlorophyll. If they will not get, the leaves will become yellow very fast and curling and yellowing of leaves will be happening, because sulfur helps in the building of chlorophyll and this chlorophyll helps in the food protein photosynthesis. Phosphorus, constituent of nucleic acid and nucleoproteins. Constituent of nucleic acid and nucleoproteins. This will stunt the growth, premature leaf fall, brown areas on leaves and fruits. If they will not get the phosphorus in a proper manner, what will happen? Growth will stop, premature leaf will fall, means the leaf which is coming out, still is coming out, will fall off very fastly, and brown areas on leaves and fruits. Now these were macronutrients which is very much essential for the plant, otherwise there will be deficiency symptoms. Now comes micronutrients, that is zinc, manganese, boron. Zinc activates certain enzymes constituent some hormones, stunt plant growth, decept leaves, yellowing of leaves. Means what? If zinc will be not there, plant's growth will stop, leaf shape will be varying and leaves will becoming yellowish fastly. Manganese, role in chlorophyll synthesis, add in nitrogen metabolism also. Yellowing of leaves and spots on leaf because due to chlorophyll. Boron, translocation of enzymes, flowering and fruits. Death of stem and root apex, thick and curled leaves. If there will be boron not will be happening in the essential elements, there will be translocation of enzymes, flowering and fruiting. So these were the role of some essential elements, and if they will not be found in the plant, there should be the deficiency symptoms in plant. So student, this was the chapter which is now end. With the help of you and me, we have completed our first chapter with the help of the videos, notes. Now we are going to do our question answer, which I will provide you in next video. Till please go through the videos, notes and read the chapter once, twice and thrice. If there will be any problem inside the chapter, do ask me, otherwise I can't understand the problem of you. So please student, go through the video, hear it once, twice and thrice. Read the chapters also line by line, because each and every answer being inside in your book only. From the chapter they have kept the test yourself, means what? Test yourself, it should be from the chapters only. So everything is inside your chapter. Read line by line. Read my notes also. Hear my videos also. Then there will be total clarification about the chapter and it should be easy for you to do the question answer also. And I am here only to help you for this. Till thank you and be work very nicely.